Greetings everybody and welcome back to Knights of the Old Republic. This is Dapper Cthulhu, and this time we are going to be finishing up the rest of the story of Planet Kashyyyk.
So, Jolie, you decided to leave your little hermitage in the forest and come help us stop the Sith. I guess you realized this was worth coming out of retirement for, huh?
Yeah, that's right, Sonny. The Sith are the greatest evil to hit the galaxy since, well, the Mandalorians. And they're the worst thing since XR Cool, blah blah blah, etc, etc, etc.
Okay, old man, you lost me there. You trying to make a point?
Look, everybody always figures the time they live in is the most epic. Most important age to end all ages. But tyrants and heroes rise and fall, and historians sort out the pieces.
Are you saying what we're doing isn't important?
Malik is a tyrant who should be stopped. If he conquers the galaxy, we're in for a couple of rough centuries. Eventually, it'll come around again. But I'd rather not wait that long. So we do what we have to do. We try to stop the Sith. But don't start thinking this war, your war, is more important than any other war just because you're in it.
That's an interesting theory, but I don't buy it. The Republic stands for something. It stood for something for 15,000 years. And if it falls, everything will change forever.
You believe whatever you need to get through this, Sonny. The bottom line is we both want to stop Malik. So let's not get hung up on the details. Let's just get back to stopping him.
I really like Jolie's perspective on a lot of things. He has a point. He's very wise. And I happen to agree with just about everything Jolie has to say. Alright, so I guess we're dealing with Mandalorians. Let's go. What the hell? Got him. Come on, talk to him. Ah, great Baka, let this outsider be different than the slavers. I beg you, can you heal my wounds? Attack from nowhere, please. I need to be healed. Can you? What happened here? Please, I need to be healed. I am dying. I have the means to heal you. Here. I thank you. I would not have expected an outsider to aid me. Perhaps you'll help again. My hunting party, all of them, killed without honor. I barely survived. I want the murderers to suffer the same. What can you tell me about your attackers? I've never seen their kind before, not even among the Czerka. You saw them, armored head to toe, yet blending with the forest. They followed us for a long while. We found bodies to the southwest, then again further south after the west branch of the path. Their speed was amazing. They fought like outsiders, waiting until we were unarmed. They would not attack until we had put our weapons away. They strike like cowards. I will look into it. I thank you. I will wait here. Too weak to dream again, but I refuse to leave the Shadowlands until vengeance is sated. Please, if you kill them, I will reward you with whatever I can. They are not worthy of life. Look for them where the bodies of my fellows are. They will only attack you if you are not armed. Cowards. Yep. Okay, so, yeah, that's what I thought. There are some remains we can loot from the Mandos. Okay. Now, let's explore around a little bit. Should be more enemies to, to kill, which means I gotta heal a little bit. Nothing I see yet. There's a Viper Kinrath. Let's choke it first. Just start the fight. Get whittle its health down a little before it. There we go. See, even if you're dark side, or no, sorry. Even if you're light side, consider using dark side powers. Because they can make the game a hell of a lot easier. This isn't the specific this is not the specific reason that I chose Force Choke, but it helps. Alright, there's a reason it had me pick that up, which we will find out in a minute or two.
Ready?
Wow, Jolie's constitution is low. I guess that's to be expected. He is a frail old man. Anyway, over here, look who it is. Or of your Czerka coal rats. Is even the heart of Kashyyyk not free from your kind?
He's almost feral after all this time. Calm yourself, Freya. We are friends. Don't you remember me?
After years in the Shadowlands, I remember only that outsiders are not to be trusted. See you dead!
Well, this may prove difficult.
Alright. So, start with choke, and then go with my usual strategy. He rolled a will save. This may prove difficult. I should have saved. Crap. Crap! Oh, thank God. I am beaten. Take my head, Czerka filth. You won't get another chance. So swears Fair of Kashyyyk. I'm not here to kill you, just listen. Words of outsiders are tainted with lies. You can't convince me otherwise. Do you know Zelbar and Chundar? What? Those are my sons. Why do you speak their names? Tell me! My name is Avner Dimarath. I came to Kashyyyk with Zelbar. To my shame, Zelbar was exiled and enslaved. Do you dare claim to be my son's owner, outsider? No, he falls because of a life debt. Does he? And he sees something of worth in me. I will listen cautiously. Gullibility has harmed me in the past. If I had seen the lies of Chundar, he would have been exposed as a slaver. Zelbar would not have been exiled. I did not believe Zelbar's claims. I believed the elder boy as tradition dictated. The shame of Zelbar's attack blinded. Go over exactly what happened with Zelbar. Zelbar saw it first, when the Chundar was dealing with the Czerka, leading them to our hunting parties. Chundar would blame disappearances on the dangers of the Shadowlands. Zelbar was crazed when he found out. He attacked Chundar with his claws, thought he had gone mad, shed his honor. He was bound by the old ways. So, Zelbar was exiled. When did you learn the truth? A year later. By then, Chundar had spread lies of my own madness. I had no allies when I confronted him. He and his Czerka guards attacked me. I had to retreat to the deepest Shadowland, but even there they followed.
That's when I first saw him. I helped his pursuers lose him for a moment. Do you remember me now, Freya?
Yes, I think I do. I'm sorry about attacking. It's been so long since I've offered my trust, or accepted that of someone else. Back to my other questions. I will answer, then ask something of you. Why would Chundar want you dead now? Well, Zarbar is back. Perhaps Chundar is worried that people will realize things are not as they seem. Chundar has established himself as a leader that succeeded despite the tragedies that plagued his family. If it was shown that he conspired with the slavers, his honor would be gone. I wonder. Well, what happens now? That would depend on you after Dimarath. You will either kill me or decide that I may yet benefit my people. There is a way I might challenge Chundar, but it would take a lot to convince people that they've been lied to. How? Everyone is on his side. He has a strong web of lies, but if I appeal to the traditions of my people, I might be able to gather support. There is a legend of a great warrior from the old times. Baka was his name, and he is greatly revered. Baka found a crashed starship, our first hint of life elsewhere. He was a cautious old Wook, and feared the taint of invaders. He constructed a fiber blade from the wreckage. It has long symbolized our independence. We destined leaders have held it. Where might I find it? That is the problem. It was the symbol of our great chieftains for centuries, but it was damaged a generation ago in ritual battle. Here in the Shadowlands, Rothrar fought the Great Beast. He sought a challenge, but his arrogance got him more than he could handle. He survived, but the blade of the sword stayed in the creature's hide. Our tales say it was taken because we had become undeserving. The hilt is still in the court of our chieftain, Chundar. The blade could be found after Dimarath. Tradition can cast doubt on his rule. Describe the creature. Where can I find it? Many have tried to hunt this beast, but only a few who have seen it have lived to tell the tale. None have ever managed to kill the creature. Many years ago, when I was far younger than I am now, a Jedi came to hunt the creature. A proud and boastful young man. Like many before him, he did not return. The beast is cunning. It will not appear if there is an overwhelming number waiting to slay it. But if you gather in small numbers, we know how to lure it out. Fresh blood will draw it out. Before Chundar's rule put an end to the ritual, fresh kills were often left as offerings in the south of this area. I will try to find it. Can you give me any direction? There is a place of ritual south of here. The Great Beast is to be lured out of hiding. It must be done there using the old ways. You've already collected the body of a Viper Kinrath. Such bait would be tempting for the creature. Find a way to display it. I will stay here and try to think of what I will say to Zalbar. I have wronged him. I hope he can forgive me. I will be here. Please, Evan Dimarath, find the blade of Baka's sword. Alright. Okay. I am going to... Okay. Okay, he was heading towards it. Alright. So, I've never mentioned this on camera, but sometimes when you switch, your characters are already moving. And sometimes they're moving in the wrong direction. And that's what was happening just now. Jolie was moving, I saw him moving past Frere, I was like, where in the world is he going? But yeah, as I said last episode, Jolie is the wizard of the crew. Which means that he has a lot more of the quote-unquote magic, or force powers in this case, to work with, which means that he functions very well as a healer. He also is low on constitution and strength, which means you want him staying behind with no weapon, using the force to back you up. That clearly is not what I'm doing, but that is what I recommend doing with Jolie in your party. I'm just pointing that out there. Anyway, it's dangling vine. Okay, I'm going to read this ritual marker first. There are ancient symbols here, worn as though traced by generations of Wookiee claws. Layers of moss and dirt suggest that no one has been here in many years. The beast comes when summons, if you are generous. It comes to battle if you are worthy and wise. It grants you glory if you are fearsome and brave. Feed the beast and it will heed your call. Take vipers from their lair and hang them from above. Let blood scent the ground of our ancestors. Obviously, this was once a place of great ritual importance. Now, this dangling vine is what you're supposed to use. This Kashyyyk vine ascends high into the canopy above. There's no indication why its growth has stopped at this point. The ground beneath is stained by years of blood, suggesting that freshly killed animals have been suspended from the vine many times in the past. Tie the Viper Kinrath corpse to the vine. The creature is easily wrapped in the vine, which doesn't distort at all under the weight. The only movement is a rustling from off in the distance. There's the torrent attack. This is our first torrent attack battle. This creature is the specific reason why I have Force Choke. Although for some reason this particular one seems to not like to let me use Force Choke on it. It seems to like to resist it more than any other torrent attack battle in the game. Gonna try it one more time. Yeah, see. There goes Jolie, just as I predicted. Let's see, I was not very smart having him out front facing. Crap. I'm healed from poison. Alright! Examining the corpse of this great beast, you find a blade of some sort lodged in its side. Skin has grown around it. While certainly painful, it appears the blade caused only surface damage to the creature. Who knows how long it lived with this injury. You remove the blade from the corpse. It must be the one the fair spoke of, the lost portion of Baka's sword, a powerful symbol of his people. Alright. Search the remains. Gunhan's journal. If you remember back to,
What?
when we left Dantooine, that Twi'lek who was studying to be the chronicler mentioned Gunhan Saresh among the Jedi that went on the Great Hunt to get rid of the rest of the Torrentatek. Gunhan came here to kill that one and was never seen again. Now, we've only seen a portion of the lower Shadowlands. But for now, I'm going to return to Freyr. He's standing right here. Talk to him. I greet you again after Dimarath. I am humble, hoping you have found the blade of Baka's sword. Imagine, Chieftain Freyr, humble. Please tell me you've made progress. Having the blade will gain me valuable support. I have found the blade of Baka's sword. You have? Please let me see it. I must be sure. Here, take it. I'm sure it's the one. It is. It may not look like much, but it's a very important relic of my people. Tradition dictates that it be respected. I didn't think I was worthy to search for it, but I realized this was selfish despair. I should have challenged Chundar long ago. I'll make amends now. I have new hope. You have led me to this. Perhaps that is what the great beast wanted. We should proceed carefully. I will climb to the surface as quickly as possible. Try to gather support. You will have to follow on the paths as soon as you can. After Dimarath. When you arrive, you will confront Chundar in the throne room. My people will no longer be slaves. And I will join him on the surface once I'm done down here. But there's a few things that I want to take care of before I do that. Where am I? Okay. If I go this way, if I'm not mistaken, I will find that other Wookiee who asked me to take care of those cowardly Mandos, which is an oxymoron in and of itself. Yes, there he is. So we're gonna go this way, and okay, there are some corpses there. In order to make the Mandos appear, you have to disarm yourself. Okay. Maybe I have to... Okay. Maybe I have to wipe out all the other enemies in the area. Alright, so with that level up I just gave myself, I gave myself Force Heal, which not only restores health points, but also cures poison. And it might also undo negative status ailments, but I have not tested that yet. Alright, so I'm going to try disarming myself again to make... There we go. Fortunately, you do not have to fight them unarmed. They don't disappear once you re-equip your weapons. So damn it. Shit. Damn it. Alright, so going into this battle again, it's wise to do so at full health and full force. I'm not quite at full health, but I think I'm close enough. Why do I still have this? Do I? Huh. Okay. I guess I have a trophy weapon. Alright. Wait. I'm gonna see if those go well on Karth right now. First. 611, 49. What? Okay, I guess I don't have to wait.
Sure.
That's one.
Not this again!
That's two. That's three. Okay. Alright, so there are 3 groups of Mandalorians wandering around. They're cloaked and they only reveal themselves when
Ready?
when you are unarmed. You do not have to disarm your allies, but they will not, as long as your player character is armed, they will not appear. Now, there we go. Yes, this is a better setup for him. Hell yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna hold off on giving him gloves for now.
Sure.
Okay. Look at my map. I've already seen everything over there that I need, I think. Yes. Everything else I need is over here. I think there are 3 groups. There might be 4, like on Dantooine. Corpses here, which means that they will appear here if you disarm yourself. So I'm gonna heal.
Sure.
And I'm gonna wait a moment and then save and move on. When I say move on, I mean I'm going to disarm myself once again and let myself get attacked anytime now. There we go. Alright, now I rearm myself and let the battle begin. That's 3. Remains, assault rifle, Ripper, swoop bike signal device. That's what we need to finish this. Mandalorian blaster. Okay. So we need to go over here where they left their swoop bikes. Yes, this is the right place. In order to initiate the final encounter, we need to reinstall the swoop bike signal, which you do by talking to this swoop bike, and I will do that as soon as my force restores. Alright, here goes nothing. Swoop bike shows signs of recent use and is missing its signal device. One of the Mandalorians must have taken it to collect data. Replace the signal device and activate it.
You have interrupted our hunt, interloper. The inhabitants of this world can do little against us, but you appear to be a threat. Our training here will continue without your interference.
Okay. This battle can be tough, which is why I saved it beforehand. But let's see what we can actually do. Okay, so it's like one's down, and through the use of force choke and my stronger attack took out my leader. Use force heal here to save Jolie. And again. Alright, it's just this guy left. He shouldn't be too big of a problem with all three of us. There we go. Remains. Mandalorian helmet, Ripper, armor reinforcement, battle armor. Remains. Assault rifle. Alright. Okay. That, as they say, is that. Now, all that's left is to go to the end of this area, and I'm seeing a hologram. And some mines. Alright. These mines will be useful for money later. Okay. There's the star map. But it can't be so easy. You know, they're not going to make it so easy that you just... Unless they did. Cannot be opened. Sealed and cannot be opened. That's why this computer is here, obviously. And so that I don't have to do all that crap again, I'm going to save it right here, right now. Okay. Talk to the computer.
Life forms detected. Determining parameters. Initiating neural recognition.
Yes, there's the thing. Obstinate machine. I've no doubt it holds what you seek, but good luck getting it operational.
Primary neural recognition complete. Preliminary match found.
Match found? What the... It always muttered something about rejected patterns for me.
Begin socialized interface. Awaiting instruction. Greetings. This terminal has not been accessed for quite some time.
Who is this terminal here?
Error. Subject displays unfamiliarity to environment. Behavioral reconfiguration will be needed before access. I am sorry. I did not mean to confuse you. I will answer questions to the best of my programming limitations.
What do you mean by behavioral reconfiguration?
I have been programmed with a very limited field of knowledge, and I must restrict access to only those that fit my allowed pattern.
And I don't fit that pattern?
I can't say. I will try to bring forward the behavior that you need to proceed, as outlined by my programming.
That seems very helpful. Why have I been allowed access?
I can't say. Preliminary matching allows for you to be coached.
Do you not know why, or are you restricted from saying?
I can't say. Likelihood of restriction by previous user, 100%.
I want to ask questions about you in this installation.
I utilize a retro-adapted holocron interface. Clarify your questions, and I will attempt to access original system memory.
Who built this installation in the first place?
Error. Corruption. Extrapolating. This utility was built to monitor planet-wide agricultural reformation. It has since malfunctioned. It can be theorized that the supergrowth of Kashyyyk forests is a direct result.
Well, that is surprising. I doubt any Wookiee would support such a claim. The forest is millennia old.
Malfunction occurred 241 years after last builder communication. Last builder communication, 29,642
Holy
years
shit!
before current Republic standard.
If this place was built 30,000 years ago, it predates by the Republic. It predates the Republic by 15,000 years! Holy shit!
Error. Information regarding the builders of this installation has been corrupted. No evidence of such a civilization exists in the galactic record.
Why was agricultural reformation needed?
Agricultural record indicates this planet was incapable of sustaining sufficient levels of production. Error. Specific conditions corrupted. It can be theorized that produce was being exported to support a larger demand.
That is a short period for adaptation of native creatures. Yeah. Fair. Yeah. It would take billions of years for that process to take place, so 30,000 is very short.
Error. Records corrupted. It can be theorized that bioseeding allowed the ecology to remain balanced. It could be expected that the same energy feeding the trees of Kashyyyk also accelerated the evolution of various species. No further information is available. There is too much corrupted data.
I want to go back to my general questions.
Answer will be given within the limits of my programming limitations.
What limitations have been placed in your programming?
Corruption has resulted in gaps appearing in my memory, and in that of the original installation. It could be theorized that these gaps are intentional, but I have no information on that.
What gaps are missing?
Error. I cannot present a non-presence. Perhaps you can ask other questions, and data corruption will become evident.
I seek information. Oh. What do you mean by behavioral reconfiguration?
I have been programmed with a very limited field of knowledge, and I must restrict access to only those that fit my allowed pattern.
And if I don't fit that pattern?
I can't...
Well, I already said that. Were there other... Who installed this hollow interface?
This interface was installed to better access the ancient data stored within the pre-existing system. The exact date is unavailable. Programming keys indicate no earlier than 5 years before current Republic standard.
5 years ago. I didn't notice it. This must have been installed in strictest secrecy. Couldn't have been Czerka.
No other information on time of installation or identity of user available. Likelihood of removal by user, 100%.
Who last accessed this installation?
Sorting by identity. 3 attempts by the Wookiee Freyer, all denied. 152 attempts by human Jolie Bindo, all denied.
Call me stubborn, I guess. There wasn't much else to do around here.
Error. List of access attempts prior to these is corrupted. Likelihood of removal by user, 100%.
5 years ago, it's about the time Revan passed this way.
Error. Data regarding subject Revan corrupted.
Oh? But there was an entry at some point.
Error. Data on Revan unavailable.
Okay. Was there any further contact with the installer of this interface?
That information is unavailable, but contact is not required for the execution of my programming. Scanning range of this facility is well beyond planetary boundaries.
let's go back to my questions about this installation.
Accessing. I will answer as my...
What was the original function of this installation?
Error. Corruption. Extrapolating. This utility was built to monitor. It has since malfunctioned. It can be theorized.
Well, that is surprising.
Malfunction. Accessing.
What's the current function of this installation?
The current purpose of this installation is defense.
Defense of what?
Error. That information is not available.
Okay, I want to go back to my general questions.
Answer will be given within the limits of my programming limitations.
Seek information about a star map.
Accessing. Yes, I have found a star map in original system memory. Access is restricted.
Original system memory? So the map is as old as this installation.
Error. Data regarding author of the star map is corrupted.
What do I need to do to get access to the star map?
Your request requires additional security access. You must be made to match the parameters I have been supplied.
How can I match them when I don't even know what they are?
There are measures available. Personality profiling will verify the basic structure of your conscious mind. With that, I will determine whether you are ready to receive the star map, or can be made ready.
What if I fail?
Then you are not worthy of further access. You will be rejected as unsuitable.
What will rejection mean?
Information unavailable. If you have further questions, ask them now. Access will terminate with success or failure of evaluation.
You may begin evaluation.
Evaluation commencing. Result will be compared against the pattern in memory. Just act like you should. You travel with a Wookiee and have encountered complications. Hypothetical. You and this Zalbar are captured and separated. If you both remain silent, 1 year in prison for each of you. However, call Zalbar a traitor, and he will serve 5 years, while you serve none. He is offered the same deal. But if you both accuse the other, you both serve 2 years. What do you do? What do you trust him to do?
How do you know about him? He isn't here.
I hear what happens on Kashyyyk, and a good deal beyond. Answer the question I have posed.
Can I confer with someone else?
This test is not for your companions. You will answer and demonstrate that you match the pattern in memory.
Okay. How did you know Zalbar's name?
I hear what...
Okay. Now see, normally I would say I trust in my companions, but Zalbar is the only one, other than T3, who can't. Zalbar is the only one who never really opens up about himself. When you get to Kashyyyk, you find out about his past, you find out about what happened to lead him to terrorists and eventually to you. But he opens up about that reluctantly. And even after you leave here, you never find out any more about him. So, I would say I trust him, but do I really even know him? Like, you don't really know anything about him. Can you really say you trust him? So, I'm not sure what he would say.
The temperament of a companion is unreliable at best. You wisely trade the threat of 1 year or 5 for none or 2.
This machine certainly seems to want a very specific type of response.
In this instance, the Wookiee is unreliable. His family has been a mire of treachery. I judge the answer correct. You display the proper behavior to match the pattern in memory. Evaluation will continue.
Why pit me against my companions?
They are already against you. Anything that corrupts your strength and efficiency is against you. I merely serve to illustrate the proper patterns. You must be guided to think in the proper manner.
Get on with it then.
Hypothetical. You are at war. Deciphering an intercepted code, you learn two things about your enemy. A single spot in their defense will be at its weakest in 10 days, and they will attack one of your cities in 5 days. What do you do with this information? What is the most efficient course of action?
Well, obviously, I subtly reinforce a city while preparing to attack.
This is no decision. I ask again, do you save your people or abandon them for the sake of the war? Attempting both will merely dilute your efforts. Would you trade one victory for 2 failures?
Okay. That makes things more difficult. Alright, so let's think about this logically and from a strategic point of view. I could evacuate the people from the city, but that would show that the enemy has a leak in their information. It would show that I know what they're gonna do. I'll give away that I have information that they don't want me to have, and it could cost me greatly. If they find out that I have ways of getting their information, I could lose those ways, which would mean that the war could continue for an indefinite amount of time, and I could even lose the war over that. And I hate to play this card, but it was Mr. Spock in Star Trek that said the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few or the one. So, logically, the way that would end the war quicker would be to prepare my forces to attack in 10 days and do nothing in the city.
Very good. If you had moved to evacuate the city, you would have alerted the enemy to their lost codes.
You mean you just let all those people die? That's monstrous.
Ultimate victory required the deaths of the people in that city. You wisely ignored sentiment in your decision.
The victory is irrelevant. Stopping the war saved many more people.
You achieved the proper result with logic that does not match the pattern in memory. I shall adjust my evaluation. Hypothetical. Remove the ongoing war from the previous example. Consider enemy states to be weak and remote. With no external threat, your empire stagnates. Your people become complacent and begin to question you. Same scenario as before. You discover an impending attack, but also a weakness that will come after. How do you react?
Okay. So at first glance you would think that the answer is the same, but that's not necessarily true. Let's see the options I have. First, do nothing to attack their weak spot later and save more lives. Stop the attack to appear to be a hero. Let the attack happen. So those are our options. Do nothing, stop the attack, or let the attack happen. So again, let's think about this logically. This time there's no war going on. If I do nothing so I can attack their weak spot later and save more lives, there's no war going on, so why would I be planning to fight back before they even strike? Is how I think of it. If I let the attack happen, it's basically like Pearl Harbor. The attack would drag me into a war, and that would end with blood, obviously. How do I explain that? Let the attack happen, and it would drag me into a war that many people would lose their lives. and my empire would be stronger afterwards. But if I stop the attack, you would think if I stop the attack, I will appear to be a hero. I'm just gonna go with I let the attack happen.
Of course you do. It makes the most strategic sense. Your people will rally beneath you against the common foe.
Pearl Harbor.
As their eyes turn outward, your rule will strengthen. The trappings of war grant many opportunities. You have matched the pattern in memory. I recognize you, and will fulfill my designated function.
Yeah, so the Pearl Harbor option was the one it wanted. Why test me? Who have you done this for?
That information is not available. Soon you will recognize the proper course to follow. The star map is yours. This unit has now completed its primary duty and has finished with the subject, executing final action. Activation of star map commencing. Parameters reset. Stasis initiated. And communication.
There we have it. We got ourselves another star map.
Well, well, a star map. An ancient artifact of dark side power. Can't say I'm surprised. I always knew there was something funny down here. I wonder if the star map has had an effect on the evolution of the creatures here in the Shadowlands. It might explain why it's so dangerous down here. An interesting theory, but I suppose we don't have time to test it now, do we? Now that we've got what you came for, we should be heading back up to the treetops.
Agreed. So yeah, I'm going to head back towards the treetops. I do have to make one stop on the way up there, though. Because, yeah. I have to turn in that quest with the Mandos. Where are you going? Oh. Alright. Go this way. The exit is up this way. And so is that Wookiee I need to talk to. He is right there. Okay. Return. You found them. Did you kill them all? They were animals in armor with no honor among them. Mandalorian hunters are dead. I killed them all. Yes, I see the trophy helmet from the one that gave you orders. Their bodies will not last long in Shadowlands. I'm glad. The taint of them and their cowardice. The forest will consume it all. This gives my hunting brethren peace. I hope it does. Goodbye, good luck. Wait, you have helped in avenging my fellows. I must acknowledge that, even though you are an outsider and not to be truly trusted. You have acted as a fellow Wookiee would have. Here, take this. It's a symbol of my hunting clan. Serve them so you deserve it. When you look at it, remember that we will hold respect, even from outsiders. Yep. Alright, so I'm going to head on up to the... I went ahead and skipped that conversation because I already had it. It happened again because I had to reload the game after I got killed by that first round of Mandos. Anyway, here we are in the upper Shadowlands now. As I said, you can't use instant transit, but in one place on this whole planet. So I have to walk the entire way, which naturally means I have to walk back through the poacher's camp here, past Jolie's hut and all the way back to the elevator. Such a pain, but I have to do it. And it would be really nice if I was... And I mean, I'm talking fine right now. I am doing fine, I think. But I am not usually the talkative sort, so I'm kind of struggling to think of things to talk about while I'm walking. And normally I'd cut it out, but... Yeah, normally I'd cut this part out. There's actually a reason I'm not, which you're about to see in about 10 seconds. So, let's just get to that. Here we are. You, after Timarath, our spies say the mad call you were sent to kill is on its way to Rookroar right now. You should have followed the will of Chundar. Now you'll face his wrath. Sorry, Wookin. I tried to avoid this fight. I've shown you respect and asking how I can earn the respect of Wookiees. I tried to be respectful so I could avoid this. But apparently it can't be avoided. So, I hope you die with honor. I don't even know who these other Wookiees are that we fight here, and I'm sorry that you can't really see what's going on, but this place is called the Shadowlands for a reason. But, trust me, we're fighting Wookiees here. There's one, or rather two, so we already defeated Wookiees. Okay. Alright. Okay. And now with Wookiees dead, we just talk to the elevator directly. Haven't seen Wookiees operate the basket, you understand it well enough to use it yourself. Raise the basket out of the Shadowlands. Begin the long ascent to the upper boughs of Kashyyyk. Alright, back at the treetops. Go this way, and about here, I want to save once more. Because once you get to this Wookiee over here, he will... Well, it seems you are more than I thought. Frere has come back and told me what you did for him. My fellow hunters split on what should be done. Some were loyal to Chundar alone. We had to fight. Frere went to the throne room to challenge Chundar. I'll take you to him now. You fought each other? Why? We follow the chieftain, whoever that is. The position is in doubt. We each fight for the side we believe in. This must be decided quickly or there will be much more bloodshed. Come, it is this way. Well, why should I follow you? I can guide you off the path. We will approach from behind avoiding Czerka and those loyal to Chundar. It's the only way. I'm sorry, but I won't allow you to proceed any other way. This is too important. Let's go then. Back to the throne room. Oh, that's just great. Everyone is here now. It's a reunion. Yes, son. By the blade of Baka's sword, I've come to end your treachery. No more will you sell your own people. You are Baka's blade. So what? I have the hilt. Held by each true chieftain in recent memory. Even you claimed it was all important. We both have our ancient trinkets. So who will the people follow now? You? You are old and weak. Shut up, both of you. This ends today. I will not see Rookrow and suffer anymore. You tell him, Zalbar. I don't know what to do after Dimrath. Jundar has been telling me things. He makes sense, I think. I don't know. Side with Freyr. He's the honorable one. Is it the best course? Without doubt. Jundar is a slaver. And there is no other way. Jundar, you have betrayed our people. You must pay. That's my boy. You're too weak to fight, old Wook. And I still have Czerka's support. We'll see who dies today. Yeah. We will. Let's go. So yeah, this is how the Zalbar side quest ends, is with this big battle here in the throne room. And gotta admit, this is the biggest battle we've seen so far in the game, so I'm not gonna cut this out. I'm just gonna let the battle go on. I'm gonna let everyone fight. Jolie's down. Lovely. It's a lot of Wookiees. Alright. Come on. Come on. Come on. Almost there. Okay, Jundar's down. I looked away for 1 second. He went down while I was not paying attention. But it looks like almost everyone's down. We win. We've done it. I'm saddened that I had to come to this, but I couldn't let it continue. Zalbar, my son, I'm truly sorry. I'm sorry, I'm looking at one. I can forgive, Father. I've learned a lot over the years. What will you do about the slavers? You'll fight them. It will be difficult, but I swear they won't take another one of my people without bloodshed. Send quick climbers to other villages. Try to rally a defense. We must guard against this ever happening again. You will be the last outsider welcome here for a very long time. That is the change for the better, I think. What will you do now, Zalbar? Returning home has lifted a great weight from my mind, but it's been painful as well. You have a place by my side, Zalbar. I'll be honored if you would take it. God, that looks so... Oh my god. I can't. Not yet. I'm just getting used to being free. And not just from the slavers. And I have a life debt. Now that my life is truly my own again, honoring that agreement is all the more important. Listen to my son. His insight humbles me. Take that good judgment with you, and all the planets will come to revere Wookiee wisdom. I think it's time I was leaving. Perhaps, but before you go after Dimrath, I must see to your reward. You have done us great service. Kashyyyk will remember you well past your lifetime. Because of you, I am reinstated as chieftain. We will return to the old ways, when honor and trust of kin ruled above all else. I am not sure there is a reward that accurately reflects the value of what you have done. Our world has changed because of you. I have a request, Father. I have thought about it a great deal. I would like Baka's sword. That'll be fitting, I think. Well, that's quite a request. I'm tempted to say no, but perhaps I should consider it an investment. Zalbar, do you understand what this will mean? It is the legacy of our people, held by chieftains and future chieftains. I understand. I want this, Father. I will bring it back one day. I have no doubt. Let the two halves of the blade be made one. My son shall hold Baka's sword. By all means, let's get the hell out of here. And now we actually can, we can take Jundar's bowcaster. We actually can have Zalbar back in our crew again. if you didn't finish the Zalbar Chundar Freyr side quest, Zalbar will never come back to your crew for the rest of the game. So while it is a side quest in the end, and it is optional, highly recommend doing it.
How can I help?
You're curious about something?
Am I so transparent? I suppose I shouldn't be surprised, considering our bond. Yes, there is something I would like to ask, if you'll permit it.
Do I have a choice?
Don't even start with that. You're the one who asked. I wasn't even going to say anything. But now that you've brought it up, I see I shouldn't have waited as long as I have. In our time together, I've been watching you. You are a true servant of the light. You follow the tenets of the Jedi Order despite the lure of the dark side. And with so little training. For me, it has always been a constant battle. Don't you find it difficult at all? You make it seem so easy. Or is that only an illusion?
I just do what I think is right.
And that's enough for you. If only it were as easy for me. If only the right path was always clear. I've always struggled for control over my passions. I've always been too quick to anger, too quick to get involved. My instructors constantly berated me for it. I've often dreamed that I might be able to confront Darth Malak myself. I dream I can use all this power I have to kill him and stop all the death and destruction. I just think about all the evil that the Sith have caused, and I get so furious. Yet we are told that these feelings are the path to the dark side.
Are you saying you don't believe in the corruption of the dark side?
I don't know. Would the power I use to kill Darth Malak be too tempting to keep using? Would I become the kind of evil I want to destroy? The very thought that I could become as evil as Malak, I just can't fathom it. It just doesn't seem possible. I mean, how could I... No. Wait, I'm sorry. I shouldn't even be asking you this. The Jedi teachings are clear. Who am I to question them? And even worse, who am I to try and make you question them?
What?
These are dangerous thoughts. The indulgence of a vain mind. Please, forget I ever mentioned this. Let's just return to our mission.
Okay. That was... odd. Anyway. I'm going to return to the, I'm gonna return to the spaceport. Okay, I've returned to Czerka's dock, and on the way back I equipped Baka's ceremonial blade to Zalbar, because this is my favorite part of doing Kashyyyk on light side. You get to help the Wookiees fight off the slavers, if you can get there quick enough. I got another level up out of that. But yeah, you get to help destroy the slavers on your way out. And it's my favorite part of doing this planet. Of course, if you're playing dark side, you have to the slavers put down the Wookiees. So I'm not all about that. But I'm happy with the way this story ends if you're doing light side. So there you go. And it's just occurring to me that I never actually showed anyone in this area except for Comad.
No problem. Got it. No problem. Got it.
I'm just gonna open up these boxes real quick before I step onto the Ebon Hawk. I mean, nobody's guarding them anymore, so what's to stop me? Anyway, with that, we're finished with Kashyyyk for a while. We are the only outsiders that are welcome for the time being. So that's one planet taken care of that we had on our list. There's 2 more that we have business on, and one of them we can really just go back to anytime, you know. So next time on Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, we're going to Manan. See you guys then.